100.7 WMMS.
Speaking of home runs, I'm going to be telling you very soon what we're going to be doing for Tribe Opening Day. The home opener is Opening Day this season against the Detroit Tigers. That is on March the 26th. We're going to be doing a couple of shows on location in March that I'll have details for you very soon. If you want to get the info on joining us March the 7th as we get out of this month and into the next for the third annual run downtown, right? This is the third annual Cleveland St. Patty's Day 5K. It's a run, and then we do a bar crawl with the RMG crew. It's going to happen on Saturday, March the 7th in the Warehouse District. Third annual run brought to you by Coors Light, Hermes Cleveland in the West 6th Street District. Go to AlanCoxShow.com, keyword Kilt Run for more details. I'm running, Doogy's running, Mary's running, and then we'll all hook up downtown to have some pops that night. Where do we go? Ivy,
Velvet
Dog, Dive Bar, Barley House. Yeah, all the info is at AlanCoxShow.com. Use Kilt Run as your keyword search. If you want to register for that, you can. If you want to register to run, but I will have I'll have those for you to win next week, just FYI. But if you just want to look into it now, go on the show site. You can get the details there. Corn tickets for you next week, and I'll finally get around to giving you those Stones tickets. You can try to win those early at AlanCoxShow.com too right now. But Foo Fighters kind of pushed the Stones back. There's a lot to contend with this summer. So I will have Rolling Stones tickets for you next week. They're doing First Energy Stadium on June the 19th. Cavs return to the floor tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Yep, they're in D.C. to play the Wizards at 7 o'clock. Keep in mind, you still have a couple of weeks to use the promo code HEART at CLE Clothing Co. They got some new stuff in. Always MMS retro gear and just whatever you're looking for, they're going to have something. So you can save 20% off if you use HEART as the promo code throughout the month of February. Do it in store, you can do it online. John Beilein is officially out.
Yeah.
He officially said his goodbyes after 54 games coaching the Cavaliers. And what I read is that he's going to stay with the organization.
In a different role.
Is that just to burn out some of the money they're paying him?
That's my guess. He's not going to interact with the players. They don't respect him. They would troll him by playing songs that had Thug in the title or like prominent lyrics saying Thug.
Is that why Kevin Love was the only one to make a statement on him after Beilein, I guess, went in to address the players yesterday morning and gave this heartfelt speech about how he had kind of failed them and he clearly wasn't a good fit for all of this. Mm-hmm. And it couldn't have been easy for a guy who had had such success.
I respect him for doing that.
At the college level to come through.
Him. Yeah.
But Kevin Love, I think, was the only guy that was quoted as saying, like, oh, he kind of manned up and he said blah, blah, blah.
Yummy, yummy.
Kevin Love. Mm-hmm. Or John Beilein.
John Beilein.
So, yeah, but they were paying him $4 million a year. So it sounds like they're going to burn out some of that money.
Yeah, probably just the rest of this year, but
in the office.
I don't think he ain't getting that full contract, that's for sure.
No, they signed him to 5 years.
Yeah.
If they fire you, you get the money. If you quit.
Nope.
John Beilein, only the first-year head coach in 30 years to coach a team's season opener and not make it through the season. Because B.J. Brickabrack now is the coach.
J.B. Bickerstaff.
Who?
J.B. Bickerstaff.
P.J. Birkenstock, the new coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So he gets bumped up. John Beilein, the Cavaliers. Randy Ayers coached the 76ers in the 03-04 season, didn't make it through the full season. And Jerry Tarkanian, who was another very successful college coach, coached the Spurs in the 92-93 season and didn't make it through the full season. Remember Jerry Tarkanian?
Not really.
I think his kid is a coach. Jerry Tarkanian's from Euclid.
Oh.
But he was like a college coach for 30 years, very successful, goes to the pros, couldn't hack it.
It's a very different game when you get to the professional level.
To not even complete a season.
Yep.
Not too many guys do that. So the Beilein thing largely seen as a, a lot of people are
disaster.
Just blaming the team.
Yeah.
Not the players. The front office.
Well, the front office is
They're
terrible.
like, you took a huge gamble on this,
Yeah.
and it, So whatever. Listen, some people think that whether it is the Beeline situation with the Cavaliers or one of the guys on the Browns got caught with 200 pounds of pot. I mean, whether it is that none of the teams in this town can get their shrimp together, I think it's exciting. There's always something different going on
You
with
like
the teams
that?
here.
Yeah.
That it's, people go, oh, it's the most Cleveland thing ever. It's so cliche or whatever that nobody can get there. But think about you're living in a city where the team is just consistently, nothing changes.
No, I would like that.
Really?
Yeah, because then you just get to concentrate on the play.
But it's fun.
You get to concentrate on what's going on the field, on the court, on the diamond. But in Cleveland, you're always focusing on a lot of other stuff that distract from what actually goes on the field of play or in the court.
I guess so.
On the diamond. It's annoying. I don't like it one bit. I would like to have a consistent coach for the Cavs. That would change a lot. The Browns are going to do what they're going to do. Hopefully this is the guy, but I'm a bigger basketball fan than I am a football fan, and I just want the Cavs to be somewhat respectable again. So they are just trash.
So you're hoping that HR Puffin stuff does good things for that team then, as the new coach?
JB Bickerstaff. Yes, I hope so.
PJ Birkenstock?
JB Bickerstaff. Jay?
It sounds like a rich guy on like a board game.
JB Bickerstaff.
I'm JB Bickerstaff, and you're not going to tell me what's what. Like C. Montgomery Burns. That's not who that is?
Nope.
PJ Birkenstock. That's the guy you're going with?
Not him. No.
What's his name?
JB Bickerstaff. Now you're going to get me to say Birkenstock.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's like the long-term solution, but I think he's a better option right now.
JB Birkenstock here. Listen, you boys better hit the hardwoods and get that ball through the peach bucket. Do what I tell you to do. Don't do what your girlfriends tell you to do. You do what I tell you to do. I'm HR Puffin Stuff.
I thought you were...
I'm JP Birkenstock.
Yeah.
And I make the...
Just don't call us thugs. That's all the players. Like, the bar's so low right now for the players. Like, if you can just not use a racially charged word towards us, we're going to be okay with you. I knew as soon as he said that things were not going to work out with him. Yeah. That was not... And it's not that, like, that was the straw that... But you could just tell, like, the player's response to it was like, yeah, we didn't really like the guy anyway, so we don't care.
Well, he's like an old dude.
Mm-hmm.
You got a young team. You got some guy pushing 70.
Yeah.
A guy that old's got... Listen, this isn't the presidency. This is something serious.
Right.
This is a basketball team.
This is something that actually affects my life.
That's right.
That's when they say, think global, act local. This is local. I go to a lot of Cavs games. I love the Cavs. I want them to be good. I want them to get a good coach.
You're a booster.
Yeah, get Channing Frye to be the coach. Channing for coach.
So Greg Robinson is an active Browns player?
He is on the roster right now, but they're not going to. He's going to be a free agent when.
Well, he's going to be now.
Well, he was going to be anyway.
Oh, he was?
Said. Yeah. He's underperformed.
Well, his side hustle went south.
Yeah.
He was busted with 157 pounds of marijuana.
Yikes.
At the El Paso border.
So I think that's the amount that you have to be jailed for. You can't, like...
Oh, this is a federal crime.
I was going to say...
This is a federal crime.
I was like, oh, aren't they letting all marijuana offenses go now? Like, aren't they
not
just
157 pounds?
I know.
Have you seen 1 pound of marijuana? How much 1 pound of marijuana is?
No,
Look it up.
If you get caught with half a pound, a quarter of a pound, they assume you're going to distribute.
Yeah.
I'm not an animal. I have a
157 pounds of marijuana is so much marijuana.
Sounds wonderful.
That's like a truck full.
Well, it was. He was traveling from L.A. to Louisiana, which, can confuse you.
And stopped in Mexico?
Well, he was in El Paso, and he had several large duffel bags in the rear cargo area of his truck, and they found 156.9 pounds of marijuana.
Okay, so he didn't even cross a border and got caught.
This is a setup.
He was with 26-year-old ex-NFL player Quan Bray. I'm not going to pretend to even know who that is. They were stopped at 7:15 p.m. Monday night after a Border Patrol dog sniffed the rear cargo door of their 2020 Chevy Tahoe. They were not re-entering the country from Mexico. They were trying to get from L.A. to Louisiana and hit the checkpoint.
That had to be stinky, man.
This is the dumbest. Oh,
How
man.
Chevy Tahoe?
You know how
You
easy-
didn't even leave the country and you got picked up by the border. Take the northern route, stupid.
You know how easy it is to go from L.A. to Louisiana and not go through Texas?
And well,
They're like, bro, we got to make good time.
you might go through some part of Texas, but you don't go through El Paso.
I mean, I guess the guys who were expecting this delivery probably want them to make good time. Both are facing up to 20 years in prison.
So you make
If
NFL
convicted.
money. Why are you doing something so stupid?
He must not have been making enough NFL money.
He's made a pretty good living.
Has he?
Yeah.
All
He was
right.
a second overall pick by the Rams. That gets you paid.
Boy, I wonder
Make
what
some money doing that.
what gets you in the state of mind where you are willing to take a chance like that. Not only to finish your career, but to ruin your life.
It's
If somebody's like, hey,
weed,
bro,
maybe he's just too high to make good decisions.
bro, could you, I got 5 pounds of weed. I need you to get this across the country. Can you do that? Yeah, sure, I can do that. What about, okay, bear with me.
Okay.
What are you driving? 2020 Tahoe? Cool. Got a big back? Yeah, but I can get 5 pounds just in the armrest or the glove box. I'll wrap it in something where the dogs won't even catch it. What dogs? Well, I'm going to drive through El Paso. Why would you drive through El Paso going from California to Louisiana? That shows poor judgment. Well, okay, I'll tell you what.
I want to make good time, though.
I'm going to give you a second chance because you sound pretty smart with 5 pounds. What do you say to 157 pounds? I'm going to... Now do you think you're going to take the same route? Yeah, I'm going to take the same route. Nope. Wrong answer. Stupid. Do not go through El Paso. From California,
Yeah, I'm actually looking at this.
Google map it.
Yeah, I'm doing it. All right, we'll go from Los Angeles. Our super fast work computers.
Done. You're good as gold, baby. Hey, Joe, hello.
Hi, Alan. How's it going?
What's going on, Joe?
I got a comment about the Greg Robinson. Something similar happened to a friend of mine, not by the Mexico border, mind you, but he was coming from California and got pulled over in Wyoming, and they got in trouble with 311 pounds of raw marijuana and 6,500 grams of shatter and 90 grams of liquid THC were found.
Why were they carrying all that?
They were transporting it from California trying to come back to Ohio, and they didn't make it. And they were two vehicles, and they both got pulled over for tailing a tractor semi. And, yeah, some bad news happened. But mind you, the reason I was calling, it's not a federal offense because they weren't going to Mexico and stuff, but they only did a couple months in jail and got some probation.
You need better friends, though.
How did they only get a? I mean, when you got that much weight? I mean, that's the kind where you're going to go away for a while. How did they only get a year?
I don't know. It's Wyoming, though. They got like a couple months in jail, and I think like 5 or 6 years probation.
But they're going
Well,
out of
I
the
knew
state.
he was clean. Like he did everything that he had to do. Like he passed every piss test. Like he's doing the right thing to stay straight.
But
you know?
but the whole load was confiscated, I'm sure.
Oh yes,
Confiscated.
yeah. They didn't give it back.
Which means that whoever it was supposed to go to was very unhappy.
For sure.
So now the
I
dude's
don't-
like looking over his shoulder everywhere he goes.
No, he knows good people. It's nothing like that. But yeah, there was definitely some upset people. But nobody's looking over anybody's shoulder. They're hippies.
I just don't. Well, I don't care if they're hippies.
That's their
You
money.
got, if they were carrying what you said they were carrying, I'm curious how they got
yeah.
2 months.
I mean, I could tell you the dude's name off of the radio. I'm not going to say any names.
Well, I don't care about that. I'm just curious how he only got 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not for sure, man. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
the whole story. I'm just reading what he, in the Wyoming paper.
In the
He
Wyoming
rolled
paper.
on somebody. That's how he only got 2 months.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he's a rat.
That's why he's looking over his shoulder. All right, thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. 2 months for 300 pounds of weed
If that ain't
and
about
crystal
white.
meth or whatever. Jesus, what's that?
I said, that's about white.
Smoke weed every day.
If he was black, they'd be like, sound the alarm. He's going away for a long time.
Day's never finished. Master got me working. Someday Master set me free.
All right.
You'd be a very frightening slave owner with that beard and eyebrow. Get back to work, slaves.
Let me tell you how you can make $1 million working from home. All right, in this moment, Maria Brink and the boys are back in town to do a show at the Agora with Black Veil Brides on Saturday, April the 4th. If that is something you dig, then I will have a couple of tickets for you coming back here. 35192 to text me for anything, or AlanCoxShow.com, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.